All right, welcome to the Patriot Football League Bowl number 18, 2037 between the 4-2 Dayton Triangles and the 5-1 Plattsburgh Platypus. I was going to wait and do this game tonight or in the early morning hours, but I have to work tonight, and therefore I probably will not get up and be ready to do this with coffee in the morning. So I'm going to knock this out now before my lunch break, and we're going to get this done. So Dayton Triangles get the luxury of the toss. And again, as somebody reminded, you do get the choice to either accept the kick it off, defer. You do have options. It doesn't matter. You can make your own rules for coin flips for those out there who are roll dice and odd or even. But the reality is the Dayton wins the coin toss. They have options. And in this particular game, it might be wise to choose to not take the ball or defer or kick it off and make sure you don't start the game inside your own or at your own 20 because it is dangerous in this game. And again, they're going heads. It is tails, which means Plattsburgh wins. And Plattsburgh, Dayton had 2 pick sixes last week. Plattsburgh wants to jump out on Dayton, and Dayton has a minus. Until last week, Dayton had a minus 8 turnover ratio. They had 3-4 turnovers last week, so they're up to a minus 5. Plattsburgh is going to go ahead and kick it off and force Dayton to take the ball. So Dayton's going to start. Plattsburgh actually is KO, kicking off. And here we go, folks. Let's take a look at these two teams. And unbelievable. Finally, the 18th season. It has been 2 or 3. It's been 2 years since I played a PFL game. And here it is, man. So Dayton has this fat D12 for their offense. They have a D4 for defense, as both teams do. And, of course, Plattsburgh is playing with the standard D10 defense. We will be using this for the kickoff, and we're ready to roll. So Dayton with a kickoff, 3. They're going to start at their own 20. And, again, I'm telling you, this is something you really don't want to do. So Dayton coming off a 58-10 drubbing of the Northborough Tigers, intercepting Gomez 3 times in that game and returning 2 of them for pick sixes. West had 5 touchdowns as a quarterback. Gomez threw 3 interceptions. Those 2 quarterbacks, that was the difference. Here we go. What can Dayton do to open this game up? 9-3. They're going to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 is the finisher. And the finisher tells me on a net positive or line of scrimmage play, 10 is an 8 is a fumble lost. So Dayton does turn it over. And again, I'm not going to bother to check who fumbled because they're tallying up too much. It can just be anybody on the offense coughed it up. But it's going to be a fumble lost for Dayton. All right, now I will track interceptions, of course. So here we go. Oops. And here we go. The Platypus take over at their 20. Dayton drives down close. They're angling to set up a field goal at minimum. And it's a fumble lost. Here we go, 5-3. They're going to go 20. Plattsburgh goes 1-2 up to the 40-yard line and 4 on a net. Oh, fumble loss for them too. So Plattsburgh, both teams hard hitting right now. Unbelievable. And Dayton now with the ball at the 40, most likely going to be the first team to score. And it's going to be 9 minus 1, 8. Yep, touchdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's going to be a straight up touchdown. 1 is a run TD. 4. Oh, Poole. So for the first time, Poole's going to score before the quarterback with a run TD. PAT is good. And Dayton, folks, in the 18th bowl, in the 18th PFL bowl, the Stars and Stripes trophy on the line. Poole is up for Dayton 7-0. The Platypus now, the dangerous kick return. Oh, but they're going to get it out to the 30. That's good for them. Traywell, who's had a brilliant year, had a great game last week with 2-3 touchdowns. So they need Traywell of this Platypus team to start marching the ball. It's going to be 7th. They're going to go 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is a punt. So Plattsburgh forced a punt. And Dayton's final turn of the first quarter. And they're going to go 7 minus 4 is 3. 1, 2, 3. And again at the 48, they're going to suffer a fumble lost again. So Dayton has put the ball on the ground twice. Plattsburgh gets the ball back right there. And Plattsburgh, it goes 7 minus 3 is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to end the 9 is going to be a missed field goal. So Washington misses a 47-yard field goal. No good. And Plattsburgh cannot get on the scoreboard. It's 7-0 after 1 in the Patriot Bowl 18. Here we go. Dayton takes over right here. Dayton takes over here at their own 20. They're going to go 11 minus 2 is 9. Uh-oh, I think they just scored again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, it's going to be a touchdown with a chance at missing a PAT. Nope, they will not. Dayton scores on a 4. 4 is a run. Uh-oh, who is it? It is Poole. So Poole gets his second TD run of the day for Bill Cowers. And they get their PAT. It is 14-0. And Bill Cowers celebrates with Poole as he comes off the field as they're just driving the rock. Kickoff for Plattsburgh out to the 20. Again, super dangerous to have the ball inside your own 20. And here we go. It's going to be 7 minus 2 is 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they will 7. Settle for a punt. Plattsburgh cannot get past this DT defense, this Dayton triangle defense. Too bad, but they can't do it. Dayton with their own 30. They're going to go, oh, loss of 20 and almost give up a score. 6. Punt return. So a huge punt return by Justin, who had 2 on the season. Justin returned 2 punts this season for touchdowns. He gets them down to the 10. And now Plattsburgh has a chance to close the gap. Plattsburgh did this last week. They came back in the fourth quarter. They were down by 10 at halftime, came back in the fourth quarter and won it. So here we go, 7-1 touchdown, and it's a full TD run by Agajanian. Yep. So Plattsburgh's Agajanian gets on the board with a dive play up the gut run. And Agajanian now, that makes his 9th TD on the season total. PAT's good. And oh man, we thought, maybe Dayton thought we had it. Bill Cowher, jaw locked, jutted out as he shakes his head as his defense comes off the field, talks to the middle linebacker, Venerable, and tells Venerable, we need to do better. The kickoff now, hold your breath. Nope, out to the 20. Not good for Dayton. You don't want to be here. Dayton's final possession of the first half is going to be 6 minus 1 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to roll 5. 5 is a punt. And here we go, Plattsburgh's final play. Can Plattsburgh tie the game before halftime? That would be awesome. 1 and 8. I think they just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They sure did. If they make the PAT, they do. Plattsburgh scores on 2. A run touchdown for Agajanian. So both backs in this game with 2 run TDs each. And folks, at halftime, it's 14-14. Are we surprised? 2 brilliant teams. Both of them have really... If I had to pick it after the first 2 weeks of the season, these are the 2 teams I would have thought would have made it. NBT there scared me for a minute. Columbia always scares me. But let's take a look back at the one time these 2 teams met. They met each other in the final week of the season to determine who got home field advantage throughout. The game doesn't have a home field advantage, so no big deal. One of the home field advantage rules you could do to make home field matter is they always have the option to kick off or take the ball and just eliminate the coin toss, giving home field advantage, something like that. Where the hell? Here it is. So, Plattsburgh jumped out 20-0 at halftime on Dayton. Dayton fought back, lost 20-10. So Dayton was the team that came back. This time, folks, it's a little more even Steven as the Dayton Triangles didn't spot Plattsburgh 20 points. It's 14-14 at halftime. Is there any wonder? Holy cow. And Plattsburgh now, because they kicked off, they chose to kick off, Dayton can choose to take the ball. They're not going to. That would be silly. Why would they do this when one mistake and it's over? So they're going to kick off. Dayton's going to kick off in the second. And here we go, making Plattsburgh defend their end of the field. And they're going to bring it out to the 30, so that's good for Plattsburgh. Holy cow, 14-0. And then unanswered, Agajanian, 2 rushing touchdowns to tie it. So Poole and Agajanian, both of them battling for MVP of the 18th Patriot Football League Bowl. 6 and 4 gets 21, 2 and 7 is a punt. Plattsburgh punts the ball. Dayton takes over at the 50. This is good for Dayton. They can score from here easy. 7 and 3 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down inside the 10, and they settle for a turnover on downs. Oh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. And they went for it. Oh, it was turnover on downs. It was a pass. So it was broken up. It was a pass broken up by Gomez. Batted it at the line of scrimmage. Pass defended by the big DE at the line of scrimmage. Got his paws in the air. Batted down. A West first down attempt. So they were inside the 10. He went for it on 4th down. And Gomez get his big paw up. Bats it away. The crowd roars. But now they've got to get it out. Just like real football, man. You should, as a coach, if you've ever played a coach, when you play, you don't normally get nervous about tactics. You just do your job. You're thinking about the guy in front of you. But when you coach, you're thinking about this situation. Oh, shite. We don't want to be backed up to our own goal line. And 2 minus 4. Yep. Defensive touchdown of 1. Block, kick, block, punt. Oh, Dayton's going to score on a blocked punt. Dayton triangles, block a punt for a TD. PAT is good. It is 21-14. And Dayton makes them pay blocking Poole's punt. Who gets the block? 4. It's going to be Kimbrough, the best one, the second best defensive player in the history of our game. Batch, the linebacker here, was best. Kimbrough was a close second. Kimbrough, holy cow, Kimbrough gets that. And Plattsburgh's going to get the kickoffs. That's why you don't want it down here in your territory. Oh, they're at the 20. This could get ugly if they can continue this. 10 and 4. They go 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They get it out of their territory. 8 is a fumble lost. Dang. Plattsburgh coughs it up, but fortunately they cough it up at the 20. Dayton's second. That was, by the way, their 3rd turn. So they're also behind a turn now. They suffered a block, which is horrible. Here we go. They need to score a defensive touchdown against Dayton to make this interesting. 6 and 2 is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 is a punt. And Dayton has, believe it or not, Dayton has one more play here. We're going to start right there. I know, again, it's abstract, so we're not going to worry about it. Where am I at here? Dayton right here, because they need one more play. 1, yeah, 2, 3. Yeah, this is it. This is their 3rd turn. 5 and 4. They're going to get 1, and they're going to turn it over on a punt. Okay, so 4th quarter underway. Dayton is up. So it was 7 and 14. It was 14-14 at halftime. Dayton gets a blocked punt. It is 21-14. Folks, 4th quarter, Plattsburgh with the ball. Holy criminy. What a brilliant season this has been with this full-on football game. All right, can Plattsburgh tie it up and make the 4th quarter that much more dramatic? It's going to be 9 and 4. They're going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4 is a fumble lost again. Plattsburgh can't get out of their own way. Unbelievable. And Dayton, Cower celebrating. Who recovered that? Who recovered that? Kimbrough, fumble recovery by Kimbrough. And he comes off the field to a smiling Bill Cower and a big hug from Bill Cower as they are now beginning to believe they're going to win their 2nd title in Dayton's 18-year history. It's going to be 8 minus 1 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to the 10, and 3 is a punt. So they got down to around the 50 and punted it. Right, and Plattsburgh, here we go. Can Plattsburgh find a way to get this 7 points back? No, they're going to give up another score of 3. It's going to be a punt return. Kirby's 2nd punt return of the year. Punt and Kirby for DT. Kirby's going to score on a punt return and a PAT. And folks, it is 28-14. The Dayton Triangles have scored 86 points in the last, let's see here, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 quarters. They've scored 86 points and they've given up 24. I think Dayton is sending a signal. Plattsburgh gets the kickoff. 5 out to the 30. Plattsburgh really must do something here. They've got to score, and they're finally got one more turn. But remember, they can also score on a Dayton turn. It's going to be 4 minus 3 is 1, and 9 is a punt. Okay, this is it. Dayton's final turn. I don't believe there's any way that they can score from here against Dayton. If I rolled a 1 minus 1, no, they could not score on Dayton. So this game is officially, for the most part, over. They're going to go 2, 1, 2, 8. 8 is a fumble loss, so they lose a fumble. Who recovers it? Gomez, who had a big batted pass. Plattsburgh's final turn of the game. It's all over, folks. All they can do is maybe drive and make it look interesting. 6 and 4. They're going to go 20 and 5. It's going to end on a punt. And the game over right there as Dayton scores 28 to 14. Dayton 5 and 2. Plattsburgh 5 and 2. Dayton is your Stars and Stripes trophy winner. They are the PFL champs. Champs of 2037, wrapping up our 18th campaign in the Patriot Football League. Congratulations, John. We open the game with an auspicious ugliness fumble, but then they give it right back on a fumble. Poole punches it in, 7-0. It's starting to feel like traditional football because West didn't score. Matter of fact, this is crazy. West scored 5 times in that game. West did not score in this game. West didn't even throw a touchdown. So that tells me that Plattsburgh said, listen, we may lose, but that quarterback over there ain't going to do it. Poole gets the touchdown. There's a punt, a fumble by DT. So 2 fumbles by DT in the first. Washington, though, chokes, misses a field goal. Poole gets his second rushing touchdown, makes it 14-0. It looks like Dayton may have this thing under wraps. A punt by Plattsburgh playing conservatively. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, this guy went for it 5 times. Well, he wasn't going to risk it at home here. He punted. But it leads to a punt return by Justin, sets up a short run for Agajanian, makes it 14-7. Dayton's forced to punt again, and then Agajanian completes a second touchdown drive, makes it 14-14 before halftime. And the fans of Plattsburgh in full throat as they have made a complete comeback by halftime. They get the kick because Dayton can choose. They're not going to take it in their territory. They go ahead and punt it away, and it turns out it's a brilliant move. As they're forced to punt, T.O.D. Gomez bats a pass away at the line of scrimmage after D.T. drives it down to the 10. A punt, and because they're there, when the drive ends, D.T. blocks a punt. Kimbrough blocks a punt, recovers it for a touchdown, 21-14, and that would prove to be all they needed to win. But they later in the fourth, following a punt, they return it for a touchdown by Kirby, 28-14. We get a defensive score and a punt return in the second half. Outside of that, both offenses were shut out in the second half. Dayton 5-2. Plattsburgh drops to 5-2. Dayton with the star, the marker of a champ. Always get a star in the standings. They get a star in my records. That tells me instantly Dayton was the champ. Congratulations, John. Outstanding. This has been a complete season of full-on football. My God, Dale put this out, 4 days ago? And I was able to sit down and put together a schedule and play out the 18th season of the Patriot Football League. Remember, the last 10 years or so of the Patriot Football League have been 6-game schedules. So this is normal for our leagues. We go short and sweet. Every game counts. And here we have it. Thank you for watching. Good day.